guys. I sure do miss you and I wish you were here. But I thought what could be better than for me to record myself reading our book together, and then it would be like we were reading it together. So without further ado, I'm going to read to you the book of the month that I bought you, called Dr. DeSoto by William Steig. Okay. Dr. DeSoto, the dentist, did very good work, so he had no end of patients. Those close to his own size, moles, chipmunks, etc., sat in the regular dentist chair. Large animals sat on the floor while Dr. DeSoto stood on a ladder. Wow, I never thought about a mouse being a dentist before. For extra-large animals, he had a special room. There, Dr. DeSoto was hoisted up to the patient's mouth by his assistant, who also happened to be his wife. I know you have your own picture, but, it'd be fun to make sure we're still on the right page together, so I'm just going to go show the picture anyway. Dr. DeSoto was especially popular with the big animals. I wonder why big animals would like to have him as a dentist. What do you think? Why would a big animal like to have a tiny mouse as their dentist? Any thoughts? You can pause it and think about it for a minute. So, he says that Dr. DeSoto was especially popular with the big animals. He was able to work inside their mouths wearing rubbers, and rubbers are a type of boot. So it would make sense that if you're in a wet place, you would want to wear your rain boots to keep his feet dry. And his fingers were so delicate and his drill so dainty, they could hardly feel any pain. Was that your guess? They didn't feel any pain? Being a mouse, he refused to treat animals dangerous to mice, and it said so on his sign. When the doorbell rang, he and his wife would look out the window. They wouldn't admit even the most timid-looking cat. And then on the sign, there in your book, it says, Dr. DeSoto Dentist, cats and other dangerous animals not accepted for treatment. Do you think he was right? Do you agree with his decision to not treat dangerous animals or animals that like to eat mice? Or do you think that he should have made an exception? One day, when they looked out, they saw a well-dressed fox with a flannel bandage around his jaw. "I cannot treat you, sir," Dr. DeSoto shouted. "Sir, haven't you read my sign?" I like how the illustrator added chalk drawings to the sidewalk. Thought that was cute. "Please," the fox wailed, "have mercy on me. Have mercy, I'm suffering." And he wept so bitterly, it was pitiful to see. This makes me think of our opinion writing, our persuasive writing that we're doing right now, where you are writing a letter to your parents. Remember that? You might want to share that letter with them and about your reasons why you think they should let you do what you were asking. Do you think Dr. DeSoto is going to be convinced to help him? Go ahead and make a prediction. Is he going to help the fox or is he not going to help the fox? Let's see if you're right. "Just a moment," said Dr. DeSoto. "That poor fox," he whispered to his wife. "What shall he do? Or what shall we do?" Excuse me. "Let's risk it," said Mrs. DeSoto. She pressed the buzzer and let the fox in. Uh-oh. Are they going to get eaten? That would be a tough decision. He ran up the stairs in a flash. "Bless your little hearts," he cried, falling to his knees. "I beg you, do something. My tooth is killing me." "Sit on the floor, sir," said Dr. DeSoto, "and remove the bandage, please." So I guess he decided to help him. Dr. DeSoto climbed up the ladder and bravely entered the fox's mouth. Oh, ow, he gasped. The fox had a rotten bicuspid and unusually bad breath. Ugh. This tooth will have to come out, Dr. DeSoto announced, but we can make you a new one. Just stop the pain, whimpered the fox, wiping some tears away. Despite his misery, he realized he had a tasty little morsel in his mouth and his jaw began to quiver. He's like, oh, I want to eat you. You do it. What does yours sound like? I wish I could hear it and see it. Keep open, yelled Dr. DeSoto. Wide open, yelled his wife. I'm giving you gas now, said Dr. DeSoto. You won't feel a thing when I yank that tooth. He gave him gas. Have any of you ever had the gas that the doctor or the dentist puts on to put you to sleep for a little bit so they can do some work on you? I think that was a very good thing for him to do, because if the fox is asleep, what do you think? You're right. He can't eat them, right? Soon the fox was in dreamland. Yummy, he mumbled. How I love them raw, with just a pinch of salt and a dry white wine. They could guess what he was dreaming about. Mrs. DeSoto handed her husband a pole to keep the fox's mouth open. It's a cute book. Dr. DeSoto fastened his extractor to the bad tooth. Then he and his wife began turning the winch. Finally, with a sucking sound, the tooth popped out and hung swaying in the air. Ugh, look at the blood. Ugh. I'm bleeding, the fox yelped when he came to. Dr. DeSoto ran up the ladder and stuffed some gauze in the hole. You know what gauze is? The bandage that they put on there to stop the bleeding. The worst is over, he said. I'll have your new tooth ready tomorrow. Be here at 11 sharp. The fox, still woozy, said goodbye and left. On his way home, he wondered if it would be shabby of him to eat the DeSotos when the job was done. Ooh, I wonder what his DeSoto. What do you think? Let's stop and make a prediction. Is he going to eat him? Is he not going to eat him? Why do you think he might eat him? Why do you not think he's going to eat him? Talk about that. After office hours, Mrs. DeSoto molded a tooth of pure gold and polished it. Raw with salt indeed, muttered Dr. DeSoto. How foolish to trust a fox. He didn't know what he was saying, said Mrs. DeSoto. Why should he harm us? We're helping him. But he's a fox, said Dr. DeSoto. They're wicked, wicked creatures. That night, the DeSotos lay awake worrying. Should we let him in tomorrow? Mrs. DeSoto wondered. Once I start a job, said the dentist family, I finish it. My father was the same way. But we must do something to protect ourselves, said his wife. They talked and talked until they formed a plan. I think it will work, Dr. DeSoto said. A minute later, he was snoring. Ooh, I wonder what their plan was. How could they keep the fox from eating him when he has to go in his mouth to put the tooth in? Maybe prop it open with a stick like you did before? I've never read this book, so I don't know. We'll have to see. I bet you would have some great ideas. Man, I wish I could hear your ideas right now. I bet they're awesome. The next morning, promptly at 11, a very cheerful fox turned up. He was feeling not a particle of pain. When Dr. DeSoto got into his mouth, he snapped it shut for a moment, then opened wide and laughed. Just a joke. He chortled. I'll have to look that up. Let's see. Just a joke, he chortled. I have never heard the word chortled, but I think, what do you think it means? Let's think that through. So we can use our context clues. He was laughing. It was just a joke. So maybe he chortled could mean maybe like he chuckled, laughed. We'll have to look it up. We'll look it up and see. Be serious, said the dentist sharply. We have work to do. His wife was lugging the heavy tooth up the ladder. To look up chortled. See what that means. I love learning new words. Oh, I love it, exclaimed the fox. It's just beautiful. Dr. DeSoto set the gold tooth in the socket and hooked it up to the tooth on both sides. The fox caressed the new tooth with his tongue. Can you caress your tooth with your tongue? I never thought of that's a neat way to say that. My, it feels good, he thought. I really shouldn't eat them. On the other hand, how could I resist? We're not finished, said Dr. DeSoto, holding up a large jug. I have here a remarkable preparation developed only recently by my wife and me. With just one application, you can be rid of toothaches forever. How would you like to be the first one to receive this unique treatment? Oh, I think they're tricking them. I'm going to look up chortled real quick. Chortled. Laugh in a breathy, gleeful way like a chuckle. Hey, we were right. We used our context clues. Good job. All right, do you think he's going to choose the treatment? When the dentist was done, he stepped out. Now close your jaws tight, he said, and keep them closed for a full minute. The fox did as he was told. Then he tried to open his mouth, but his teeth were stuck together. Excuse me, I should have mentioned, said Dr. DeSoto. You won't be able to open your mouth for a day or two. The secret formula must first permeate the dentine. But don't worry, no pain ever again. The fox was stunned. He stared at Dr. DeSoto, then at his wife. They smiled and waited. All he could do was say, through his clenched teeth, and get up and leave. He tried to do so with dignity. Then he stumbled down the stairs in a daze. Dr. DeSoto and his assistant had outfoxed the fox. They kissed each other and took the rest of the day off. The end. Wow, that's a great, great story. And it does have a medal here. It does have a reward for being such a good book. So, a Newbery Honor Book for the American Library Association Noble Book. So that's why I got it for us, because I thought, man, if it has an award, it's got to be a good book. So if you want a writing activity with this, because I know a lot of us love to write, you could write maybe a letter, pretend like you are an animal that is dangerous to mice, that eats mice, maybe an owl. And owls, maybe an owl could have a hurt beak and need help from a different rodent or animal, and you could write them a letter trying to convince them to let them work on your convince them to work on your hurt beak or hurt teeth or whatever. If you do write, just have your parents take a picture of it and put it on Dojo. I would love to read your story, and you can do that anytime. It doesn't have to be about this. Anytime you guys want to write, I'll put my email address on there, and we can email back and forth. During this time, we don't have to be apart if we don't want to be. So I'm here, and I have not gone away. And if you need anything, even if it is just to send me a message, I would love to hear from you guys because I am missing you. You know I love you, and I'm missing you so much. So I'm getting ready to read another book after this, and I just can't wait to read it to you. It is hilarious. So after you read this book with me, I'm going to try to put a book on each day so that we can read a book a day together if you want. Okay? All right. I love you guys. Mwah! See you soon.